This video is about linear combinations of n independent random variables. Let's look at the formula booklet. Linear transformation of a single random variable. We have e of ax plus b equals a times e of x plus b. E of x is the expected value. Variance of ax plus b equals a squared times variance of x. Based on this formula, we know e of 3x minus 4 equals 3 times e of x minus 4. But for variance of 3x minus 4 equals 3 squared times variance of x. Now let's go to linear combinations of n independent random variables x1, x2 to x sub n. Here is a formula given. You could say plus or minus the same, but for this plus or minus here, we only have a plus. We don't have a minus. Plus or minus will be changed into plus. For example, if we have e of 3x minus 4y equals 3 times e of x minus 4 e of y, but for variance of 3x minus 4y, we will get 3 squared variance of x plus, this is a plus 4 squared variance of y. Organize 9 times variance of x plus 16 variance of y. For standard deviation, just need to remember standard deviation of x equals square root variance of x. You also need to remember this as a formula. E of x1 plus or minus x2 plus or minus x3 plus or minus x sub n equals e of x1 plus or minus e of x2 plus or minus e of x3 plus or minus e of x sub n. For variance of x1 plus or minus x2 plus or minus x3 plus or minus x sub n equals variance of x1. We need to add variance of x2, add variance of x3, add variance of x sub n. Assume x bar equals x1 plus x2 plus x3 over 3, and e of x1 equals e of x2 equals e of x3 equals e of x. and variance of x1 equals variance of x2 equals variance of x3 equals variance of x. Then we can get E of x bar equals E of, let's take 1/3 out. 1/3 times x1 plus x2 plus x3 equals 1/3 times, use this formula, we got 3 times E of x equals E of x. For variance of x bar equals variance of 1/3 times x1 plus x2 plus x3 equals 1/3 is a coefficient. So we get 1/3 squared times, use this formula, 3 times variance of x. Simplify variance of x over 3. Pay attention to this 3. Suppose we have x bar equals x1 plus x2 plus x sub n over n. Then E of x bar equals E of x, and variance of x bar equals variance of x over n. Let's go to practice 1. Let x be a random variable with E of x equals 20 and variance of x equals 8. Then E of x over 2 plus 7 equals 1/2 E of x plus 7, which is 1/2 times 20 plus 7 equals 17. Question 2. Variance of x over 2 plus 7 equals x over 2 equals 1/2 times x. So we get 1/2 squared times variance of x equals 1/4 times 8 equals 2. For variance, plus 7 won't affect. Question 3. Standard deviation of x over 2 plus 7 equals square root. Variance of x over 2 plus 7 equals square root of 2, or 1.41 as the 3 sig figures. Let's go to question 4. E of 5x minus 10 equals 5 times E of x minus 10, which is 5 times 20 minus 10 equals 90. For question 5, variance of 5x minus 10. This 5 is a coefficient, so we need to square it. 5 squared times variance of x equals 25 times 8 equals 200. Question 6. Standard deviation of 5x minus 10 equals square root variance of 5 x minus 10 equals square root 200 equals 10 square root 2 or 14.1. Let's go to practice 2. Let x and y be two independent random variables with e of x equals 30 and variance of x equals 4, e of y equals 8, and variance of y equals 1. Then e of x plus y over 2 equals e of 1/2 x plus y equals 1/2 times e of x plus e of y, which is 30 plus 8 equals 19. Let's go to question 2. Variance of x plus y over 2 equals variance 1/2 x plus y. For this coefficient, we need to square it, equals 1 over 2 squared times variance of x plus variance of y, which is 4 plus 1, equals 5 over 4. For question 3, standard deviation of x plus y over 2 equals square root 5 over 4, which is the square root of 5 over 2. We can change this into 3 sig figures, all equals 1.12. Let's go to 4. E of 3x minus 2y equals 3 e of x minus 2 e of y, which is 3 times 30 minus 2 times 8 equals 90 minus 16, which is 74. Let's go to question 5. For variance, coefficient will be squared, and minus we need to change into plus. So we get 3 squared variance of x plus 2 squared variance of y. 9 times 4 plus 4 times 1 equals 40. So standard deviation of 3x minus 2y equals square root 40, which is 2 square root of 10. Standard deviation of 6x minus 4y. First step, you need to figure out variance of 6x minus 4y equals 6 squared variance of x plus 4 squared variance of y equals 36 times 4 plus 16 times 1 equals 160. So standard deviation of 6x minus 4y equals square root 160, which is the 4 square root of 10. For practice 3, given x follows normal distribution with 10 as the mean, 3 as the standard deviation, and y follows normal distribution, 12 as mean, and 5 as the standard deviation. Find e of 2x plus 3y. We know this 10 means e of x. This means variance of x equals 3 squared equals 9. For this 12 means e of y. 5 squared means variance of y, which is 5 squared equals 25. For C, we will get 7 times e of y, which is 12, minus 4 times e of x is 10, equals 44. Let's go to D. We will get 7 squared times variance of y is 25. Remember, we need to add 4 squared times the variance of x is 9, equals 1369.